Hello everyone. In this demonstration, we will look at the automation of a cloud on-ramp and assurance use case using Anuta Atom. Anuta delivers cross-domain automation for multi-vendor, multi-domain networks. It integrates with OSS BSS via TMF and REST API and delivers a unified experience, consistent policy, and security. Atom has an advanced low-code workflow platform with hundreds of out-of-the-box workflows and integrations. For devices that are not managed by any controllers, Atom provides complete lifecycle automation from day zero provisioning, config management, service orchestration, active assurance, and closed-loop automation. Atom is based on a microservices architecture with flexibility to deploy on-prem or on-cloud. Atom supports 250-plus platforms from 60-plus vendors. The Workflow Builder has 350-plus out-of-the-box libraries that simplify workflow creation. Atom is a multi-tenant software based on Kubernetes with the observability stack. Atom supports SASE automation to ensure unified network and security policies. It has integrations with CI/CD systems such as Git. One of the prominent use cases in enterprises is how to use the public cloud as WAN. Here, the SD-WAN fabric gets extended into the public cloud like AWS. Cloud gateways comprising Transit VPC, Transit Gateway, and Cloud Service Routers are deployed in AWS. Host VPCs and workloads are deployed in AWS as well. Atom integrates with Cisco vManage and AWS to take care of the provisioning needs all the way from the SD Access Branch, SD-WAN fabric to AWS. Atom also integrates with Thousand Eyes for monitoring. Thousand Eyes agents in the branch monitor connectivity between the branch and AWS workloads. In the event of performance degradation, Atom consumes the alert from Thousand Eyes and takes action. This action can raise in an ITSM ticket, notify the operations team, execute checks to report the state of the network, take a remediation action to resolve the issue, etc. A typical manual process involves the network teams to open a change request in ServiceNow to notify the stakeholders and seek their approvals, deploy AWS workloads, log into the Cisco vManage controller to deploy Cloud Gateway in AWS and enable connectivity to the workloads, create tests in Thousand Eyes and execute them, update the change request in ServiceNow, finally, notify the stakeholders via WebEx and email. The entire process involves multiple teams interacting with multiple domain controllers and systems, making it slow, inconsistent, and error-prone. Atom can help resolve these challenges by automating the entire process using a single workflow. Atom also supports automation of day zero to day end use cases like new campus branch onboarding, policy updates on SD-WAN fabric, deploy new or update existing access policies, enable end-to-end segmentation across SD Access and SD-WAN to ensure consistent policies across the sites, closed-loop automation, software upgrades, compliance, etc. Let us see the cloud on-ramp automation from Atom UI. Here is the Atom workflow catalog. Anuta provides a lot of out-of-the-box workflows that can be used to automate day zero to day end use cases. Let us navigate to the workflow for this use case. The workflow has several blocks that cover integrations with Cisco vManage and Thousand Eyes, integrations with ServiceNow, email, and Cisco WebEx Spaces, error handling, retries, and rollbacks. Let us start a workflow instance. The workflow can be triggered from Atom UI or from a northbound OSS BSS portal using Atom's REST APIs. Here is our workflow instance, and it is waiting for user inputs. Before we proceed, let us have a quick look at the systems that Atom interacts with. A change request will be created in ServiceNow. In Cisco vManage, a cloud gateway will be deployed in AWS, and connectivity to the AWS workloads will be established. In AWS, host VPC, workload, cloud gateway compromising Transit VPC, cloud services routers, Transit gateways will be deployed. In Thousand Eyes, A new test with alert rules will be created to check the connectivity between the branch agent and the AWS workload. Notifications will be posted on WebEx and email. Let us fill the input form and submit it. Details of Cisco vManage, Thousand Eyes, AWS ServiceNow, WebEx, and email are provided as inputs. Workflow has created a change request in ServiceNow. Let us search for the ServiceNow ticket using the Workflow Instance ID. A change request is created with all the required details. Let us assume the role of a change manager and approve the change request. The workflow moves to the next stages of provisioning. AWS Workflow is getting deployed. Here are the details of the AWS workload. vManage is getting provisioned. Here is the request to vManage to create Cloud Gateway. Thousand Eyes is getting provisioned. Here is the request to create a test. And a subsequent request to run the test. Finally, the workflow is executed successfully, completing all the steps. Let us visually verify on the different systems. On vManage, we can see the Cloud Gateway deployed in AWS and has 2 routers with 4 tunnels established to Transit Gateway. Here is the Cloud Gateway. Connectivity to the AWS workload is established. In AWS, we have the host VPC and the transit VPC deployed. A transit gateway is deployed. We have the 2 cloud services routers and workload deployed. In Thousand Eyes, a test is created to check the reachability between the branch agent and the AWS workload. The test run was successful without any loss of packets. The change request is closed. Notes section is updated at every stage of provisioning. Notifications are posted on WebEx Room at every stage of provisioning. We see the provisioning start notification, AWS workload deployed, vManage provisioning completed successfully, ThousandEyes test executed successfully. Finally, provisioning complete notification. An email notification is also sent. In this demo, we have seen how Atom simplified the complex cloud on-ramp provisioning using case-by seamlessly integrating with ServiceNow, AWS, Cisco vManage Controller, and ThousandEyes, thus ensuring consistency and reduced time to delivery. In summary, Atom is a powerful cross-domain automation platform that delivers end-to-end automation for multi-vendor, multi-domain networks. It has significant out-of-the-box support and the flexibility to deploy on-prem or on-cloud.